What is up, guys? McIntyre here, bringing you my second follow-up vlog to Korea and my trip to Korea. A lot of people have been waiting on this one, so hopefully it'll turn out really well. I don't actually have the video clips from the trip. I don't really know how to edit video, so I haven't got that together yet. I have all the video clips, but I haven't kind of put them together. But I figured I might as well make a video explaining a few things, talking about my experience in Korea, the actual event, and where I'm at now, especially with my team, as I'm sure a lot of you are curious about. So just, I guess, diving into it, even though my hair is like insane today. Diving into it, Korea was a great experience. Not only was it a good experience on a personal level, just being somewhere new. In this case, in Asia, funnily enough, as a a Caucasian male, the language barrier, just the experience of being there, was eye opening. It's weird not feeling comfortable. Not even, it's not like I didn't feel safe or whatever, but going to KFC, it was hard for me to order chicken. So things like that was very interesting, and obviously the culture of Korea is much different than. Oh, sorry about the Skype. Much different than America, for sure. So it was very fun, very exciting, and it was something that I'm very fortunate that I got to experience. But obviously I went to Korea to play in the tournament. So the days following up to the tournament, we got a chance to scrim with a lot of the other teams from the other regions. We had to prep for the event and set things up. There's a lot that goes into the event outside of the actual event. So a lot of sitting around, talking to the people who were head of OGN that were telling us how the event was going to go, setting the event up, doing dry runs, taking pictures, doing media, doing interviews, things like that. Were all things that we had to do, but obviously the playing was the most important part for me, knowing that we had done well in North America. Like, how well were we going to play against the other regions? And our scrims against most of the other teams went somewhat poorly. I don't think we expected to just crush everyone. I don't think we expected that at all. We knew that it was going to be hard, and we knew that we would have to put a lot of effort once we got there into the event. But I don't think we expected to do as poorly as we ended up doing. We obviously lost to both EDG and MVP Black, which were the two teams in the final. I think the hard loss for us was obviously the Dignitas loss. That's a loss that we didn't expect to take. We knew what we wanted to do against them. We had a game plan, and after a crushing game one, it was unfortunate to lose following two games in the set, and to just be done with the tournament. We actually thought we would have a pretty good chance against TNL. They play a lot like us. They're very similar to our playstyle. So we figured if we adapted to play a bit more like MVP Black and change up the way we played, which we could, then we would have a good time against TNL. Mechanically, we think that we were even with them, so we were looking forward to that game, and not being able to play in it was pretty bad. But besides the point, while we were there, we learned a lot, not only about heroes, but about team work and mentality, and spanking each other with a trophy after you've won it. That takes a lot of connection with the four people you're playing with, And in Heroes is a game that's unlike League of Legends, where you can have a faker on your team that just carries. You can have that in Heroes, but it's much different. Your carry facilitates and makes the other team, your other teammates' jobs easier. Not necessarily they just eliminate their job altogether. Faker can kill a whole team by himself if he's farmed enough. But in Heroes of the Storm, it's not like a Sonya can just 1v3. Like, it takes a Murden to hit a stun so that a Greymane can hit his combo and a Thrall can follow up with a Sunder, right? So that takes 3 people. Although the Murden is the enabler, the other 2 have to follow up. So communication in Heroes is super important. It's something that we learned during scrims against these other teams, just how on the same page they were. Which kind of, we've figured out is a huge part of Heroes. Obviously, teamwork is very important. But this was like eye-opening for us. It was like we were scrimming against TNL and they had a comp that didn't seem like they could kill us. But, the Joanna threw a shield and immediately everybody pushed all their cooldowns into one person and they pushed through our damage or our support or something. We had double support or something. And we realized the only reason they killed us was because they all committed and they didn't hesitate and they were all on the same page. So it was it was very eye-opening for me personally, because I think for the most part our team got by in NA through mechanics, just playing better than the other teams and just being better mechanical players. And when we got to the world stage, that just didn't cut it. It wasn't enough, especially against the Asian teams. So, like I said, that kind of opened our eyes to, what's the next step? Obviously, playing more was an easy one. There's the Mark Cuban quote that I really like is if whatever you want, there's somebody else out there working 24 hours to take it from you. And this event really, that set in for me after this event. It was was I practicing enough? Did I want this enough? Was my team practicing enough? Did they want this enough? Were we going to achieve this as a team? And, after the event, it was kind of clear that we probably wouldn't. Obviously, there's been some talks of, I had gone to on a vacation 2 weeks before the event, okay? And during my vacation, it was a week long. We normally scrim 5 days a week, and I scrim 3. And that week, even though I was on vacation, I had my laptop and I still scrimmed. People are kind of saying I wasn't prepared enough, or it hurt our preparation. But we as a team weren't prepared enough, and I don't think that vacation was what caused the loss. Our practice needed to be constructive. We needed to practice outside of scrim. That's something that the Koreans and the Asian scene does really well. I know NA thinks Hero League is really stupid, but I think that if you put in enough time, even against really, quotation mark bad players, because to me the Hero League is there's good players out there. You'll get better as a player, and so if you huddle yourself around a bunch of players that are good, then you'll have a really strong team. Example, MVP Black. So that wasn't our team. I think our team, I'll kind of leeway into what our team was our team was a group of people who knew we were good, but only knew that we were each of us was good. It was almost like we didn't know if we were good. We knew that we were good, if that makes sense. We were too concerned about ourselves. So the whole roster thing happened um, because of personality and mentality. It was just like it got to the point where it was just kind of unenjoyable to play, and people were unhappy. And if you're not happy with the people you're playing with, unfortunately, it just won't work. So that's kind of what situation arose, whatever, for our team. Was we just had players that were unhappy and just didn't think that we would ever succeed because mentally we were told that we wouldn't be able to. We almost like didn't believe in each other. It was really bad. Because when you go on stage and you're sitting beside those four other people, like that's all you have up there. And if you're sitting beside somebody and you think that there's one person out of the other, those four people that's not worth your time to be up there with you, then you're not going to commit as hard as you normally would if you believed in all four of those players. So that's kind of what happened pretty much with our team. So we made a move, obviously, with the removal of Urho. Best of luck to him. He is, in my opinion, a great Warrior player. He just has a really bad time expressing his emotions when he loses. He just does it incorrectly. And that's like his biggest weakness as a player. And we all have weaknesses, but that's kind of his. But we moved on, and now we've picked up Big Impact, who I think is going to be a good addition to our team. He's got a positive mindset. He's willing to learn and practice hard, and he wants to win. I think going into this event, we knew we were NA, and we knew we could be considered weak. But this next event, this summer, we have a bigger goal. The picture is bigger. I think before we were just looking at NA, and like NA is like almost a kid's playground to the world. So we have to practice harder. We have to try harder if we want to succeed in Worlds. It's not good enough to just win NA, because then we'll get to Worlds and we'll get last place, or essentially last. We got to top 8 and then we lost, so we didn't even get a round up in top 8. So that's something that we aren't looking to do this next event. We want to do better. We're working to do better. We're focused on doing better. We shifted some things around within our own roster. If you guys have been following us at all, like, you have me back on Melee, which I think is a really good change. It's like my comfort, and it allows me to make plays for my team. You also have Zuna now. He's on Warrior, which I think is a really good role for him. Obviously, with him being our shot caller, he can, initiate, and if he says we should jump, then he's going to be the first one that should always jump. It was like with Melee Assassin, it sometimes felt like he would want us to jump, and if the Warrior wasn't jumping, then the train kind of fell apart. So, but with him on Warrior, if he jumps and everyone jumps with him, it works out well, because he's supposed to be the first man in. So I think that change is going to be really positive for us. And then, we have Fan still on. He's on flex now. Well, him and Big Impact are kind of flexing together. They both have good carries that they're really strong at, and they also have very versatile heroes that they, can pocket pick. So I really like them in that slot. And then we have Kenma still in support, and I think Ken is a really good support as well. I really think our roster as is incredibly strong and has a really good chance of not only being the best team in NA, but potentially competing against the top teams in the world. Before I was worried about it. I knew our team would be strong in NA, but now I have a good feeling that we have a chance on a world stage. We have not only the mechanics, but I think the mindset now. And so I'm incredibly, incredibly excited to continue to practice and continue to work hard to get to that, moment again. Right now, we're very focused on qualifying and practicing and getting ready for DreamHack Austin. If we don't win that, obviously, then we get another chance in Burbank, I believe. So we have two chances. We would love to just get rid of it and get done with it the first chance that we have in DreamHack. So we're practicing incredibly hard for that. But if that does go wrong, I mean, we have another chance. So we can continue to try harder. But I honestly, I would say I don't have a doubt in my team at the moment. So, and I don't think that anybody on my team has a doubt in me either, which is a good feeling. I think we all believe in each other, and we all want each other to succeed. We're not concerned about ourselves. We're concerned about each other, and that is, I think, the best thing for teams, just in general. So like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna work harder. I understand the meta more. I understand the priority of picks. I understand, how the flow of the game should go. I think losing to these teams just kind of opened up a lot of things for our team, and just we learned so much. I mean, I can't be more grateful for Blizzard for putting an event like this together, and Naventec for helping us out. Pat for being our manager during the event, and especially Wiz too. Wiz is a great coach. He's partially some of the reason why our changes are being made, because he's opened our team's eyes to a lot of different things that we were avoiding before, and we learned that you can't avoid things if you want to win. You have to have everything work and be well. And if you have, the trains moving, then everything will move. If everything in the train works, and the train will move along. And so that's where we're at now, is we have a train that I believe is moving. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure if I have anything else to say. I pretty much said it all for now. Like I said, we're just working on, what's at hand. Which is DreamHack, and yeah, we don't really have much else on our plates at this point. I'm more than excited to play with Big Impact. Always thought he was an awesome dude and a really good player. So yeah, I mean, outside of that, I'll work my best to produce the best gameplay for you guys. I'll keep trying to stream, and maybe I'll keep putting out videos. I don't know where my time's going to be at, honestly, but when I get back on stage, I hope I can perform to the best of my abilities. I think going into Korea, I want to say I came out of that event feeling pretty good about how I had played. Obviously, I could have played much better. Everyone could have, but I don't ever think that I made some decision or a play that cost us the game, which is one thing you, as a player, you always want to kind of come off of events thinking. You never want to be the reason why you lost. And I was lucky and fortunate enough this event that I don't think I was that player. So I'm grateful for that. But next event want to be the player and the reason that we won. So that's what I'm aiming for. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's like a bit deeper than normal, but it's pretty straightforward. I said some in most things, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me below. I'll do my best to answer them. Other than that, yeah, thank you guys for supporting me, and thanks for supporting my team, and yeah, helping me do what I love to do, and hopefully helping you guys enjoy, watching me and enjoying the experience with me. So. But like I said, I'll try to put this video together. I don't really know how to edit video, so it's kind of tough for that reason, but I'll see what I can do. other than that, yeah, just keep on supporting and helping me out. But for now, I'm out of here. So peace, guys. Cheers again for everything, and I will hopefully see you all on my newest vlog whenever that happens. So, all right, cheers.